How is it going? As always, let me know if you can hear me, see me, all of those wonderful things so I can adjust accordingly. Ooh, it is blowing my direction. How about you go the other way? Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So what we'll do is we'll wait until everyone gets here at 6, just so that everyone gets a chance to filter through. Then we will go through the oracle. Hi! Hello, hello! Meant to be. So let me know if you can hear me, see me, everything sounds good, and then that way I can adjust if need be. And then we'll just chill and hang out until everyone filters through. And then we'll go through. Hello! How are you, Amelia? Nice to see Teresa and Hannah. Perfect, thanks. Hi, Brittany! GL, hello, thank you. Yeah, it's been a week. I don't know if anybody else has felt it, but it's been a week, so blue themed it is today. Yeah, it's been a long week. I'm exhausted, so we're probably going to keep this to about an hour tonight, so I want to end around 7, just because it has been such an exhausting week for me that, yeah, okay, I'm glad it's not just been me, but I was able to get vaccinated, so I'm still feeling the effects of just like, soreness and, hi, Patch! I'm doing well. Yeah, super tired. Yeah, the vaccine was really good. Like, I didn't really have any issues with it. I just got really sore in the arm. I did the Moderna one, so I just got my first shot, which I'm so thankful for. However, I'm still feeling the effects. I think I got it 2 days ago. So Thursday was when I got it. So I'm still kind of like sluggish and trying to get back my pep, but no really bad side effects other than sore arm. So yay. I know people that got the, what was it, the Pfizer, they got a little bit more of a time with it. Okay, I'm glad, Rowan. I'm glad it's been a week, not just for me. No, I'm sorry it's been such a week, but oh my God. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I should be fine. It's just, getting sleep helps, but... And then we have these wonderful weeds that have been popping up everywhere, and so my dogs have been getting into it, and they don't like being brushed, so... You know what? I don't know. I would assume so because they're different. However, I do not know. I don't know if you should get both. That is a good question. I don't know. But yeah, I was picking weeds and those little weed seed spiral pokey things out of my dogs for a good hour this afternoon, like a little bit before now. So yeah, I'm exhausted. They fight me every single step of the way. It's been fun. So we're trying to eradicate the weeds. They're killing me. And then, allergies. So if it's not the Patricia going on, it's the pollen. Just like I'm over it. Yeah, I usually get everything that I can because I have fibro, so I have a compromised immune system. So basically, like if I get the flu, I'm in the hospital. So I have to make sure that I'm up on all of the immunizations. Yeah. Hi, Amanda. Yeah, it's fun being an adult, isn't it? I'm like over it. Can I go back to being 17? No, I don't want to. Yeah, fibro fog too. Yeah, it's the worst, right? It is the absolute worst. I forget like, that's how I, like, why I stumble over words. Because I can see everything perfectly clear in my head and my mind's eye, and like, I just can't get it out. And then like the words just don't come. So I'm like, and yeah, it's just always fuzzy, always, always. My pain, kind of under control. I've kind of learned how to deal with it, if that makes sense. So like, I kind of have it in a way of where it's like in remission in a sense, but it's not ever, I have flare-ups basically. So like if I do too much, then I'm flared up and I'm down for the week. Thank you, Amanda. Yeah, I was trying something new. She got an upgrade, got a haircut. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, no one quite understands unless they have something similar or go through something similar. They don't get it. Or, we get the, oh, you're lazy, or, you can't be in that much pain because you're functioning just fine. That's because we're really good at pushing through. So yeah, I've had it for 10 years now or so. So it's been a rough go of it, and I finally got it to the point where I'm like, okay, we're good. Like I can deal. I know what my stressors, my triggers, and those sort of things are. And yep, exactly. My pain is probably your big pain. Like my low pain is a regular person's like big pain, essentially. Yeah, it is what it is. You're dealt the hand you're given, right? Oh no. I don't really have any advice other than make sure that you listen to your body. And it's easier said than done, I know. However, like, it's okay to take a lot of breaks if you need to take a lot of breaks. Yeah. CBD is kind of my saving grace. Patch, thank you for saying hi and coming in. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. I'm going to try to go live on different days too, eventually. Oh, Rowan. Yeah. Yeah, chronic fatigue, yeah. It's essentially very similar to fibro. And it sucks because you're tired all the time, you can't do much, or like what your mind wants to do, your body's like, no. Yeah, CBD is really great because you can still function on it. You're not out of it up here, so you can literally use it as a salve, as a rub-on. You can use it. There's a lot of different uses for it, and it's completely natural. So, people can't see it, so you must be fine. Oh, yeah. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. Yeah, the numbs the pain in the joints. Yeah, I have a few that I like, and it's just been really good. Yeah, I've been there. There was a medication that one of my doctors wanted to put me on, but it was like $500 for 2 weeks at the time because there wasn't a generic for it, and I'm like, how? Honestly, I enjoy CBD. Like that's my go-to for anything and everything. I find that I can function really well on it, and I find my pain subsides. It's always going to be there, but I feel like it takes that edge off. Yeah, definitely helps with anxiety, for sure. It just depends on what you are meaning by mental health, because sometimes things can exacerbate it. Like if you are struggling with depression, sometimes it's hard, like the THC might not be good for that. However, the CBD probably is. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start this whole video out now that most people are here. Seriously, make it legal. Make it legal. Listen. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. So we're going to go over this. That's awesome. Yeah. We could go on and on and on about the issues with the healthcare system and the legalities, because like there needs to be a lot of change, right? But anyway, let's get on a more positive topic. All right, we have the Lightworker Oracle. This is by Alana Fairchild, and the art is by Mario Duguay. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Hello, Jennifer. Well, welcome. Welcome. I love Alana Fairchild stuff. Like, I have quite a few. Right, Amanda? Yeah, for real. For realsies. Yeah. So this I have flipped through and kind of played around with myself prior to this. I've had this for quite some time. It's just been, you know how it goes. Everything goes lower and lower on the list because everyone else wants more stuff to be first on the list. Hi, Kat! Yeah. So I played around with this, and it's actually interesting. It's been a minute since I have looked through it and used it for other reasons, because, you know, life and different decks. Anyway, off topic. The back of it says, this deck is for those who feel an inner calling to connect with the divine light and higher frequencies of consciousness to bring healing to the world. You can create a positive contribution to our planet, evolve spiritually, and develop your innate abilities to work with energy through different healing modalities, channeling, and communication with higher beings, such as angels, ascended masters, and other spiritual guides. You can help humanity shift from fear to love. You might already know you are a light worker, or maybe you wonder if you are meant to be a healer or guide for others on this spiritual journey. If you are attracted to this deck, then your soul is telling you that you are a light worker and you have a life purpose that involves healing yourself and the earth. Lightworker Oracle is designed to support your deeper awakening, empower you, and encourage you to fulfill your divine life purpose. It is published by Blue Angel, and I don't quite know what it retails for because there's no price on it. Yes, Hannah. All right, so there's nothing quite to the box. It's just your simple box. And it is kind of very love and light. Brittany made a comment earlier. It is very much that feeling. Is kind of very angel-y feeling as well. However, I don't hate it. So the guidebook is pretty informative. We've got all of the information about each card. We have a 3-card layout here. That's it. Then we have invocations, and then it asks you, could you be a light worker? And it goes through all of the lists of possibilities that you could be a light worker. So it's very interesting. There's a lot of information in here that you might find useful if you are wanting to go into teaching the light worker stuff, or be involved in that aspect, or use it for that aspect, I should say. And then it goes into the meanings of the cards. So let's flip through. Very interesting back. It's kind of very simple. Don't hate it. Oh, you think, yeah, I could see how you mean by those decks being a little Caucasian. I don't know much about Kali, so it was very interesting to get that deck, just because I felt like I could learn a little bit more that way, although I haven't really used it. Okay, so let me know if you can see. Everything looks good. It's very glossy. There are no borders, which is nice. They're a decent size Oracle deck size card. Yeah, it's very much light from, I can't speak. Fog. I really like the color. However, it is very angelic. So if it's not for you, if that kind of thing doesn't really float your boat, then this might not be the deck for you. However, it is really gorgeous. There's just a lot of beautiful art in this. Trying to not get the ring light reflected in there. Hey, Han! Oh, you could totally pull it off. I'm a firm believer in anybody can wear whatever they want. And by the way, it's starting to get hot. Spring is here, summer's here. Wear the shorts. Don't make yourself be uncomfortable just because you think other people won't like what you're wearing or think you look good in the shorts. Please. Life is too short. Be comfy. They are really beautiful. Really beautiful. Very realistic. It's a very positive deck too. Very kind of like dreamy as well. Yeah, his artwork. I mean, these cards are gorgeous. I really like this about the grounding. That's so stunning. Yes, throw the crop top on too. Be comfortable. Wear what you want to wear. I think we all get hung up too much on what other people think. This is 2020. We're not doing that anymore. This is just beautiful. So pretty. Oh, and I love this one. I think my only complaint is that there's not going to be a lot of diversity in this one. Again, it's an older deck, but you guys know that's what I look for. Right? Yeah, I usually find the witchy decks to be more of my calling. But this is gorgeous. 44. Yeah, 44 cards. Did I not say 2021, Kat? Did I say 2020? Hello, Alina. I never say names right. I'm so sorry. I don't mean any disrespect. I'm just awful. Of course I did. Of course. I'm still hung up on 2020. That's, you know, it wasn't even a year. It was just a phase. Just like my emo phase way back in the day. I'm trying to get with the times. I'm trying. I mean, it's really pretty, but yeah, white. This is just stunning. Yeah, living for the artist. Yeah. Great work. And I feel like you can definitely pick up on a lot of intuitive hits with this. I mean, that is just so detailed. So I'm laughing because this card reminds me of, you know, those church pamphlets that would be handed out to like to recruit you. This is what it like reminds me of, like the cover of it. Strange times, man. This is gorgeous. Oh, I love the gardenscapes. I love it. They're just so gorgeous. Oh, yes, Rowan, a special edition with more diversity. Totally. Totally. I think that would be the best solution. I know, right? Like the millennials, I think we all went through some sort of emo phase. And if you didn't go through an emo phase, you know you did. You tried to hide it. You tried to appear normal, but you went through some sort of emo phase. Hello, Joe. Welcome, welcome. This is kind of freaky. I don't know if I like the way this was composed here. Right. Christian flyers. Like, I'm not bashing the religion at all. I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying, like, growing up with that sort of a thing happening around me, that's what I get out of it. That's my whole It's just beautiful, though. I love, love, love this. Oh my gosh, I love Legend. That movie, Tim Curry is everything. And the amount of makeup they had to do for that is amazing. Yeah, the light, how it's done in this, it's very stunning. I don't think another deck really quite pulls off the light like this. There's a few. The Illuminati Tarot was very great with the light. Hello, Anna! You made it, yes. Oh, sorry, random nudity. But yeah, okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to bring you down to the table here so you can see how it shuffles. Yeah, see, that's the thing with Oracle decks, or Tarot and Oracle. It's one of the reasons why I have such a fun time with this channel is because so many people have different challenging opinions with each deck. Like, some people really love it and they're really excited about the artwork, and other people are just like, no, this is not good at all. I don't like it. Just the difference of opinions is fantastic. I love it. Yeah, right? And see, for me, that's how it is. Like, I need a little bit more of the black and white, not just white or black. I like the in-between where you can kind of use the deck for more all-around purpose. However, there's a specific purpose for this deck, and it's using it for light work. So that completely makes sense why it's so love and light, right? All right, so I'm going to bring you down so you can see the mat here and see how it shuffles. Okay. The cardstock is a little thin. It's not terrible. It's pretty glossy. So I'm surprised it doesn't stick as much as it does, I'm surprised it doesn't stick for as much gloss as it has on it. But it shuffles just fine. Like, I don't have an issue with the flexibility at all. It shuffles great this way. Oh, I have been waiting for Saturday all week too. This week has been super stinking long. All right. So what I'm going to do next. Yeah, I get that it's way too Christian and white. Yeah, I get it. I completely get it. But we're going to read this card. This is the Spiritual Decree. I really love the imagery of this one. All right, so let's read from the guidebook real fast what this means. All right. I'll hold it up so you can kind of see through it. Yeah, I agree, Sylvain. You have been wondering what will happen next in your life, not realizing how much power you have to decide that for yourself. What do you wish to have happen next? Are you willing to use your divine birthrights of free will, voice, and empowerment to set the cosmic wheels in motion? If the answer is yes, then it is time to speak your truth to the universe. Decree it and you shall be it. You have been praying for help, asking for a map, and wanting directions. You are wise in the ways of the receptive response approach to life. It is spiritually mature to trust the greater guiding power of the divine to direct your course. And yet the wishes in your heart are part of how that happens. Divine destiny is not something that happens just to you, but it is something that you co-create as a living spiritual being with free will and divine love beating in your heart. You are being honored for your ability to ask for guidance and wait for signs. You are also being asked to set intention and develop faith in yourself, to trust in what your heart yearns for, what you love so much that you are willing to go through the discomfort of growth to see it come to life. It is time for you to have the experience of seeing your intention blossom into manifestation. This does not mean that you have to make things happen. You are not responsible for how your manifestation occurs. The universe unfolds according to its own genius, of course, but you are responsible for the words, beliefs, and intentions you express that are the seeds of your own personal creation. The universe then responds in its own wise and powerful way. There's more. I feel like with Alana's decks, there's always so much information for each card. Like there's a lot. And that's really great. However, sometimes I'm like, okay, I get it. When this Oracle card comes to you, it's time to speak your truth. What does your heart truly yearn for? Focus on it and say it out loud. Don't be afraid to speak your dreams, desires, wishes, and fantasies. Sometimes it is only in daring to speak them out loud that we really understand what we want. This can be a terrifying, liberating, exciting, and life-changing moment. It is in this moment that we grow into a spiritual adult, becoming willing to take responsibility for our own life journey. Will you speak your heart truths now? Feel your words moving the energy from deep within, transforming your truth into sound and releasing it as intent into the universe. Don't worry about finding the perfect words. Just speak freely from your heart. Give yourself permission to express your deepest desires, and then let go and trust. And then there's an invocation that you can use too down here. So what do you guys think? I feel like it's definitely one of those decks that, for me, it would be for a specific purpose. Sorry, I'm reading your comments. Going back. I do love the Work Your Light deck, Hannah. I really love that one. The Healing Energy Oracle has the same quality of light in the art. Yes. There is that one deck, Heaven and Earth Tarot or something like that. It is very contrast with the art. I want to check that out. Somebody requested it. So I do want to get that one. It wasn't a deck that like I was interested in at all, but it definitely seems interesting. Words, Natasha. David Delamere. I'm going to have to look into him. The Blue Messiah. I do not know what that is. Catherine, 100%. 100%. Zero malice intended. This feels like a deck that a Christian would buy as their first oracle. 101%. Yes. Definitely. That's how I felt when I first opened it up. Again, there's no malice, no judgment. Your religion is your religion, but it's just very interesting and telling that, you get those intuitive hits and you feel like it is directed toward that community because of the imagery. It's very interesting. I feel that way too with a lot of the Archangel decks that I've purchased. I'm not really into that whole thing, the aspect of it. I understand it and I respect it. However, it's not something I was ever really drawn to, but I get it. And I really like that idea that like if they were to dabble, this would be a good deck for them to dabble in. Like it would be phenomenal to see if there are any Christians that did actually purchase this deck. No malice intended whatsoever, yes. I love mermaid and fairy art. I'm excited. And whatever allows them to take that first step, yes. Yeah, nothing against Christian and nothing against Christian witches. It's just, it's funny to see where the lines cross and like that Venn diagram, right? What was my first deck? My first deck was, I'll grab it. Ooh. This was my first deck. The Golden Tarot by Liz Dean. And I still have it wrapped up in a scarf. This deck is a beautiful deck. However, it was a deck that took me forever to learn on. Like, forever. I would pick it up and put it down because I would get so frustrated. Just because it was a more of a Mermaid Tarot, like the Pip deck. So it just, the images didn't really do anything for me. See how it's like, okay, there's some wands. That's not really helping me. That's not really helping me. So, you know, as a beginner, it really took me a long time to learn on this deck, and it frustrated the heck out of me. But it was a good learning process because then I realized what I didn't like and looked for something that fit what I knew I should be getting into. We all learn differently. And so that, again, that's another reason why I love doing these deck reviews and unboxings, because it is so interesting how we all learn differently and how we see things, and how one person can use a deck like this and just get intuitive hit after intuitive hit and be like, yeah, this is making sense to me. Where other people like me try to learn on that, and I'm just like, I'm so frustrated because my memory is awful anyway. But like, then to not have the intuitive hits come in along with trying to remember what the meaning of the card energy was, it was just too much. So it took me forever to want to go back to learning it. And like, I was always with like the book right next to me. I see angels as being like one type of spiritual guide and not assigned to another religion. That makes complete sense. That makes perfect sense. And I agree. Yeah, it would make a good gift for a biblical spiritual person. Yeah. So Liz Dean, I recommend her books to anybody. She's very thorough and she definitely knows her stuff. I have the worst time typing all the time, so you're in the right place. Oh, the scarf. The scarf I got at, if you guys remember, Claire's. I believe that's where I got this. It was one of those stores, and they were like super duper cheap because they were on clearance. And so this scarf is like 20 years old. Antique Anatomy, I wouldn't consider it a pip deck, really, because there's still stuff going on that you can get intuitive hits on. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I would consider it a pip. I could see what you're saying. Oh, I do still have the Everyday Witch Tarot. That deck is my go-to. That deck I usually take with me everywhere. The Everyday Witch Tarot was one of the first decks that I was like, oh my God, this makes complete sense to me in my brain. So I think that's probably why I love it so much, because I was using this deck for so long and just being frustrated with it. And then when the Everyday Witch Tarot came, like, it was like my whole world kind of opened up with tarot. Everything made sense. Everything clicked because these images just intuitive hit after intuitive hit. However, my one complaint is that there's not a lot of diversity, but the Everyday Witch Oracle does have a lot of diversity. So that was really great. Modern Witches Tarot, Yes. Like, which one was that? Yeah, I really like that one too. Sacred Spirit and the Blue Messiah. Where is my notepad? All right. How did I begin to enter that intuitive stage? That is a great question. It was basically I need to shut out my preconceived beliefs, and my rational brain, which was really hard because I'm very science-based, right? And then when you grow up, you were kind of indoctrinated into this is how you're supposed to think, this is how you're supposed to see reality. And so it was a constant fight between those things. However, for me, it was just like, okay, how does this relate? Like, I'm seeing these images and then I think these thoughts in my head. And so it was listening to those thoughts and kind of putting the two together. So for instance, doing a reading and then you get this saying that comes across in your head, or you hear apples, for some reason you're thinking about apples and you're like, where did the apples come from? It connects in a way to what you're reading. And for instance, apples comes out into your mind and you're reading for a friend. And you're like, does apples mean anything to you? Like, is that significant? And they're like, oh my God, such and such, this relates to that. And you're like, okay. So it's learning to like take a back seat, and really letting your intuition kind of take over your gut feeling. There have been plenty of opportunities in my life where I didn't listen to those little sayings in the back of your head, or the way that you feel when things aren't right, or when you know that you should turn left instead of going right, but you don't know why and you do it. There have been plenty of those instances, and every time I didn't listen, something went wrong. And so when I started to actually take a step back and like go with it and roll with it, things started to go right, or things started to improve, and things started to happen. And it was like, oh my God, there's a knack for this. There's a way to listen. There's a way, and it's just constantly practicing and doing meditations and sitting quietly. And a lot of it for me is I don't really meditate anymore. Like, I just meditate with my cards. I sit there and I pull a card every day and I think about, how does this relate to the question that I'm asking? What am I getting? What am I hearing? Because, when you're first going through this whole experience, you're like, okay, well, I should hear something, or I should see something. And it doesn't happen like that. It's just like you're talking to yourself in your head. Does that make sense? At least that is for me. I don't know how everybody is. I feel like there's always going to be somebody that gets intuitive hits differently. But yeah, that was a long-winded way of me saying, like, just take a back seat. Let things happen. See what you get. And then also a great way that I have learned to deal with my intuition is to just do readings. Just do free readings for your friends, for your family, that they can give you constructive criticism back. That they could give you information and feedback that is conducive to you learning. So that's how I did it. I would sit and read for my grandma all the time. In fact, I think I still have I have a notebook here. And we would do readings, and she would tell me, do you really think that that's what that meant? So yeah, do readings for friends and family, and get that constructive criticism. Only the people that you can trust and feel comfortable with, and they feel comfortable with you, because it is a connection. It's an energy exchange. So whenever you do a reading, you are exchanging energy. Just like when you are doing any kind of healing work, there is an energy exchange. So sometimes it's really hard to get intuitive hits when people are not open to receiving the information. Okay, so what would you recommend for a tarot deck for beginners? So nothing like this. No offense to Liz Dean or any of the other decks that are pip decks. Honestly, I really think that the Everyday Witch Tarot is a great beginner deck. Modern Day Witch Tarot or Modern Witch Tarot is really good too because it goes with the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. Let me see. I'm looking over at my shelf right now because off the top of my head I couldn't tell you. I really love the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. It is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. However, those cute little unicorns just do it for me. I should do a video on this because I get asked this all the time. So I'll do a beginner-friendly tarot deck video, and then that way I can give you the reasons why and more in depth, but those off the top of my head for sure. Okay, the Golden Art Nouveau. I need to get that. Yes, it's been in my list for a while. And the Secret Language of Light. Yes, I need to get that one too. That was requested. The Lantern Oracle is beautiful, Pat. Beautiful. I absolutely love that. It's kind of like my go-to when I need a little bit more insight with the shadow work for sure. Same with the Dark Mirror Oracle. The Dark Mirror Oracle, though, is not for the light of heart. That thing is deep and it's twisted and it does not hold back. Pip cat, it's like the word that everyone talks about. And so, for instance, there's no scene going on in the card, right? So these are called pip deck for the minor. Don't quote me on it. I don't know where it came from. That's just how I say it because that's how I learned it. The Elemental Oracle, love it. It is gorgeous. If you have not looked through my videos, I do have one on that. A Thoth deck. That is one thing that like I'm still like, I like it, but then I'm still stuck on the Rider-Waite-Smith style. So I do have one that I really like. Let me see if I can pull it out. I did a video on it. Not realizing it was a Thoth, but this is the Arcana Iris. Okay. This is by Tina Gong, and it's the Labyrinthos. I really like it because it's just really pretty. Come on. It's just a different kind of feel. The color choices are really interesting in this deck. And I like the size. They're very skinny. And I don't know. So when I purchased this, it was a request. And so I didn't know anything about it. I just purchased it. And so when I'm going through it, I'm like, why are all of these names different names? Like the magician is Magus. And I was like, oh, it's Thoth. That's why. So it's really beautiful. The marbling on here, the gold foiling, it's just gorgeous. It's stunning. It was like $60, I think. $60. I have a video on it. So if you want to check it out, go ahead and check it out and see me struggle. And then the other thing, I was like, why are there two ribbons? Oh, it's to tie it shut. So yeah, I may not be the smartest person in the world, but you know. And then this looks like a little book, so it's so pretty. That's probably my favorite. I do have the oh gosh, Sun and Moon Tarot, and I believe that this is Thoth as well. Okay, get back to the comments. Let's see. The Moonchild Oracle? Ooh, okay. So the Marseille, that is what I believe is in the style of the pip cards. However, I don't have the exact kind from France. So I don't have anything that are like designed by the woodcut that they would do in France for that style. So I don't have any on me. Yeah, I love the Star Child and Moonchild Tarot. I love, love, love. Sorry, I'm going through your comments. Oh, Blanca, the Lenormand decks, I have not yet learned to read those. That is that is on my list of things to do. There is a really adorable looking one called the Cute Lenormand, and I really want to purchase that. Again, things keep getting pushed back. The Amenti Oracle deck is beautiful. I had a friend who purchased that, and I was working with it for a minute. Gorgeous. I need to buy it. It's been on my list. Mimosa, hey! I have done a few independent Etsy decks, like the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. There was a couple other ones, the Beautiful Future Tarot. I am open for all of those. I just need to figure out which one is more highly requested because those are expensive and rightfully so. So again, that's another way that Patreon members are awesome because they kind of get first dibs on the lists. So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, I do have a Patreon, and there's different levels and there's different benefits for each tier. However, every single level gets exclusive content first. So when I upload a video, you guys get to see it first before my subscribers on YouTube. As well as you guys get first dibs on the requested decks. So whatever level that you are at in the Patreon, whatever tier, I should say, you guys will get first choice on the decks that I review and get first because as of right now, this is my full-time job. So not at the level that I would like to be at yet with the subscribers. That's coming soon, hopefully. Every day is getting a little bit more and it's so exciting. So that's just another way that you can help support this channel. So again, awesome. And I thank each and every one of you just for viewing and hanging out with me. It's amazing. And I can't believe how big this community has gotten. It's just been incredible. And I'm just eternally grateful every single day. So yeah, the independent Etsy decks, I do want to dive more into. However, there needs to be like requested for which one we dive into because those do get a little pricey. So yay. Sparkly Lenormand, yeah. I've seen that one. It looks so cute. Yes, I do have a Patreon. There's a link in here as well as if you go to my channel, there's a link somewhere in any of the descriptions. There's a link actually on the community tab. If you scroll down through all of the posts, yeah. Can't learn Lenormand just from reading a book because that's not my learning style. Yeah, so that's the other thing with learning the tarot and oracle and all that stuff. That was another confusing thing for me too because nobody taught it to me. I had to teach it basically to myself because the environment that I grew up in, we were kind of like taught that the tarot decks were kind of one of those things that were related to Ouija boards and we don't kind of touch it. However, my family was never like, oh, don't do that. it was just they weren't into it, so they didn't know. And not many of my friends were into it when I was trying to learn, so I was teaching it to myself, basically. And it's hard when you have a specific learning style, that if this is not something that you can learn from a book, that's not your style, then it becomes kind of hard and it's kind of difficult and frustrating, especially if you learn like I did. So yeah, I feel it. What is the best witch deck? Ooh. So honestly, it comes down to your personal preference, Pat. For me, I really love the Everyday Witch deck. Honestly, personal preference. Yeah, I really do like the Witch's Wisdom Oracle deck. I really like the Witch's Oracle. And Brittany, I'm going to be doing the comparison between the two videos soon. I believe you were the one that asked for that. See, yeah, when you ask me what the best or what my favorite is, I have a hard time because I connect with each one in a different way. So that would be my answer. Work Your Light Oracle deck. I really like it. There was a lot of reviews that people said that they didn't like the overtly Christian vibes, but I didn't get that with the deck. Like, you can say that with this deck, right? With the Lightworker Oracle. Work Your Light, I just found very calming and very easy to work with and relatable to most people, or relatable to whatever question that you're divining for. The artwork is stunning, and it could just be because I really like Danielle Noel's art. However, I really, really enjoy that deck. It's just stunning to me, and I really like the follow-up deck, the Starseed Oracle. So Brittany, the Toth is essentially, I mean, there's differences, but it's pretty much the same, if that makes sense. There's different names, and the Toth Tarot has more symbols in the imagery. So, and also the Strength and the Justice card are reversed. So Justice will be 8, Strength will be 11. Yeah. So, and then there's just different names. So like pages will be princes or princesses, knights are princes, that sort of a thing. So if you take a look at this Toth deck, you'll see there's a bunch of different symbols. And 2 of Swords, the keyword up here says peace. And so in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, that's not necessarily true. So there's little differences. However, if you use the guidebook that it comes with, it's not that different. It's easy to learn. It's just you kind of have to, excuse me, switch your brain a little bit with what you're working with. So that's another reason why it's always great to kind of check the guidebook, especially when you get a new deck, to see if there's any differences or anything that you have to kind of like look out for when you're using the deck. Oh, Debbie, the same. I have learned so much through YouTube and podcasts. It's been insane. I'm really hoping that soon I can get a Skillshare sponsorship, because that Skillshare, oh my gosh, just more amazing people teaching more amazing things, and I love it. Another girl named Hannah, like, I love animal-based decks. I'm more of a green witch though, so I like Spirit Song so much. Oh yeah, Spirit Song is so gorgeous. I didn't really think that I would like it as much. It's just so gentle and beautiful. I consider myself more of a green witch. I do a lot of nature-based work, so I have plants everywhere. So also the Green Witch Tarot is beautiful, and I love it. Lucy, oh, my peacock lamp, yes. That's the star of all my lives. It really is. Everybody just loves it. Forager Daughters Tarot. I've not heard of that one. That sounds amazing. Hold on, let me write it down. My writing has just sucked lately. Yeah, Brittany, like the Sun and Moon is more of a Thoth-based. Sacred Hags Oracle? See, y'all are on it. I'm just like, what's new? I can't keep up. We come for the lamp. Yes. Brady Tarot. Oh my goodness, Becky. Yeah, the lamp is basically the entire reason that anybody comes to the lives. She is owned by my mother. I'm looking after her. However, my mother is fully aware that she's not getting it back. The Mermaid Tarot is one of my favorites. Oh my, yeah, I use it in the summer. All my mermaid decks I save for the summer. I love the mermaid decks. So anything mermaid or witch, it's like my aesthetic is super weird. Also animals, just it's hard for me not to like something, and I think that's kind of like consistent in my videos. It's like I always find something to like in the deck. Hello, this Vixen. You did miss the flip through, but this will be up after with all of the cards for sure. The Alice Tarot there. There is, okay. Minerva, Miss Minerva doing the Lord's work. She is putting out an Alice in Wonderland, the Disney version tarot soon. She also has the Supernatural Tarot, which we're going to talk about in a second. The Labyrinth Tarot and the Disney Villains Tarot, which I think I have them all pre-ordered except for the Alice one. The Magic of You is on my list. Yes, it is definitely very cool looking, very shadow worky looking. I love that. Tarot in Wonderland. I didn't like the look of that one for me personally. The Lucy Cavendish one. Okay, so I don't know what it is about those decks, the way that the people are drawn. I don't like it. It creeps me out. They look like weird dolls, kind of like how the Bratz dolls looked, if you guys remember Bratz back in the early 2000s. I just don't like it. I have a weird thing about dolls in general. Like I don't do dolls. They creep me out. So those decks, like I try to, unless they're really requested, I am not probably going to be looking in on those just because they give me a weird vibe. Like I've tried, I'm like, no. If it gives me a weird vibe, I don't buy it. Oh, that's good to know that the book is good. I have the Mermaid Deck. Yes, I love that one. Yes, Another Girl Hannah. I love the Edgar Allan Poe deck. That was a great deck that came out this year or last year. Shoot. Yeah, you agree, Debbie? But yeah, the Edgar Allan Poe was gorgeous. There was one person that commented on it saying that she didn't think it was like dark or twisted. She thought of it more of like portrayed kind of like the Addams Family, where it was like dark but in a comedic way. And like looking back, I'm like, oh yeah, it kind of can be interpreted that way. You know, because it's not terribly dark, but yeah, I liked it. I use that for shadow work too. But for me, the tarot that I use for shadow work consistently is the Darkwood Tarot. It's stunning. It's gorgeous. The artwork reminds me of Anastasia, the Don Bluth films. I just love it. It freaks your clients out. Yeah. And that's the other thing that is very interesting about tarot too, because again, it's so dependent on your perspective and how you interpret the imagery. So picking a card deck that, picking a deck that your clients can feel comfortable with is very interesting. That's part of the reason why my Everyday Witch Tarot is my go-to for everyone that I use, because it's a good mixture of, okay, here's the imagery that we're looking at. It's very whimsical, but it's not threatening. So I find those decks very useful for new people or new clients that really don't know tarot, and they kind of get a little bit angsty about the imagery. So it doesn't scare them off, essentially, is what I'm saying. And so they can relate to the imagery, but it doesn't intimidate them to the point where they're like, ugh. Oh yeah, so back to the Supernatural Tarot. And then Lucy, I'll talk to you about shadow work. So Supernatural Tarot. Make sure, if you're interested in that deck, that you watch my video, because there's going to be a giveaway. So you'll learn more about the giveaway in that video, but make sure, so I believe I'm going to be receiving it on the 27th. So hopefully the 27th of this month is when that video goes up. So if you are wanting the Supernatural deck, that is the perfect time for you to enter the giveaway. Teresa, thank you so much for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your night. Yeah, basically shadow work is like doing therapy on yourself. Exactly. It's called shadow work because we're bringing the shadows, the things that we don't like to think about, the things that we kind of recess in the back of our mind. We're shining a light on it. We're looking at it, we're interpreting why we are pushing it away, and we're healing through it. We're confronting it, essentially. So, it's taking those things that maybe we don't like about ourselves or things that have happened to us and really shining a light on it and holding that mirror up and seeing like, okay, well, this did happen, so how can we heal from it? The Naked Heart Tarot, that looks so pretty. That's been on my list too. So yeah, shadow work can be very intimidating. I did not like doing it. I put it off for the longest time. And then the minute I started doing it, things started turning around for me. So I feel like if you are any kind of a witch or you work with healing others, it's very important that you take a look at shadow work and work through it, because it's kind of one of those things where how does that terminology go? So you know how, like, if the saying goes like, if you don't love yourself, how do you expect other people to love you? It's kind of in that realm of like, okay, well, if you can heal and accept the worst parts of yourself, then other people can work and accept the best parts of themselves, and you guys can, coexist. I know I'm not saying it right, but essentially, yeah, it's therapy for yourself and for other people too. Pat, yeah, you know what? I think a lot of us were having to deal with shadow work this whole year. I'm just, everybody for different reasons, but it's been one hell of a year. Continuing. Oh, Brittany. Oh, for sure you have. You've done a lot of shadow work with all of that. You know what, Canadians? Yes. I think I have to limit the giveaway to Canadians and to the US of A. Just because shipping can be super, like, more than what the deck is. Another girl named Hannah. Bingo. It's like how you can help others before yourself. Like, put your own face mask on before you put another's on. Yes. Carl Jung, yeah. Oh, my past lives. I cannot confirm any of it, but I swear to you, working with the pendulum has been interesting. Asking it questions about past lives can be very, very interesting. And so, past lives for me, I know that I was in some way a part of ocean in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know. I knew what a shark was before I was what, 3? Like I couldn't even there was no way I have known what a shark was, and I would have nightmares about sharks consistently when I was younger. And my mom's like, how do you even know what a shark is? Like we don't have anything around here that would tell you what a shark even is. And so essentially doing some pendulum work, it was like, oh yeah, like you died in the ocean multiple times. I'm like, oh thanks. Thanks for that pendulum. So, I mean, I can't confirm anything about my past lives other than that. Just basic questions like how many times have I been reincarnated? You can ask a ton of different questions with the pendulum because it's a yes or no. You can also do work with the tarot. There's actually a spread that you can do with tarot using the aces. So you shuffle your deck, you ask your question, however you want to do it. If you ask before you shuffle or after, it's up to you. But you set the intention of, okay, was I reincarnated, for example? And then you shuffle and you count out 13 cards. If you get an ace before you hit 13 cards, awesome, stop. Then go to the next pile up to 13 cards. If you get another ace, so 2 aces, it's like almost a yes. It's like, it could be, yeah, you're on your way. 3 aces is a definite yes. If you get 1 ace and everything else is, different card, it's a no. And then the other 2 cards are to kind of help you understand why it's a no. So that's an awesome spread that you can use if you don't have a pendulum and you want to use a yes or no answer. That's what I've learned, and it's been very interesting. The Green Witch Tarot has that spread in the guidebook, and that's where I learned it from, and I used that deck a lot for that. And it was very eye-opening, the different kinds of answers I would get. And a lot of it was like bang on. Oh gosh, please forgive me. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Thena Oliveira. I can't never read tarot for myself, only for others. Yeah, sometimes your head gets in the way. Like you want to believe it's something else, or you kind of want to interpret it a different way. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, Pat, a lot of it's finding the right therapist. So like I advocate for therapy for any situation. You could be fully healthy mentally and physically, still go to a therapist, because having somebody to talk to and maybe give you sound advice is amazing. However, using tarot, divination, meditation, and just breathing exercises is a great addition to. I will always advocate for both medical and metaphysical together. Heal yourself to teach others to heal. Yes. Be the resource you wish you had. Exactly, Rowan. Yes. Thana, I have not done a video on spreads. I can do that though. You know what? A lot of people have said, oh, you must be Atlantean or something like that. And honestly, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, like if you were to view it and listen to it as a, very fact-based person, but Atlantis has always called to me. It was always part of like it felt like home in a weird way. It was always one of those things like, yeah, like it totally existed. Like, hello. I totally vibe with it. And so, yeah, maybe. I mean, it's something to look into. What is that spread called? It's just the yes or no spread, I believe, but it's in the Green Witch guidebook. Tana. Oh, okay. See, I butcher names all the time, and it's not meant to. I mean, no disrespect by it either. I just butcher names. Yeah, small towns are hard. I grew up in a small town, so yeah, there's not a lot of options, and sometimes your options aren't that great. Another girl, Hannah. Yeah, you and I vibe. Yeah, I love that. All right, you guys. I'm gonna have to call it. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna call it an early night, but I will be trying to. Oh, the Prisma Tarot cards look amazing too. I'm gonna have to get on that, Lucy. I'm gonna try to go live maybe on Wednesdays as well, maybe in the morning or afternoon, just so I can have another subset of people that can come in from my subscribers that can't make it on Saturdays. So hopefully this Wednesday I can try and we can just vibe. We don't necessarily have to look at a deck. But I really enjoy doing these lives. I love each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys so much. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting caught up here. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad you had fun. And yeah, I will see you guys. I'll always post updates of whenever anything changes or when I'm going to go live on the community tab. So that way you guys are always informed. All right. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay.